Hello. So in our last video, we were talking about homeschooling and how to manage things so that your kids have an easier and more pleasurable experience. And today I want to focus on us, the parents, because our sanity is just as important. And let's face it, if we're happy, then the home life tends to be happier too. And it is a difficult time, and there is no manual for this. So we're all just muddling through as best as we can, and sharing what works for us and keeps us sane is really, really important right now. So whatever you're doing and wherever you've got to right now, give yourself a break and congratulate yourself first and foremost for having got through so far. Now, one of the first things that I think it's really important to do as a parent at this time is to lower your expectations. Now, I know that sounds odd, but this is a crazy time, and there is so much going on that keeping our sanity has to be the most important priority. And if you make that your priority, if you make your family's mental health the priority here, then some of those things around homeschooling, the perfectionism that often might accompany, high achievers, or, your desires, your best of desires for your children, those priorities are going to have to readjust right now, because you simply don't have access to the same level of support and expertise as you've had before. Now, that's not saying that your child is not going to be learning. Of course they are. But they're going to be learning in different ways. And what can realistically be achieved from a home is going to be different to what can be done at school. And do look back over the last video where we talk about some of the differences in the way that kids learn nowadays, to just get that bar right for yourself. So what you want to do really is wake up every morning and say to yourself, right, what needs to get done today? And what would we like to get done today? And just have those as realistic sort of timetables or starting points for yourself, so that at the end of the day you can get through and tick them off and see what has actually been achieved. Feel good about that. Now, if you are working, then it is going to be an additional stress in an already stressful situation. You're going to need to lower your expectations there too. You're going to have to talk to your employer. If you run your own business, you're going to have to look at where you pull back. I know partners in law firms and things who are running shift work with their spouse, and getting up really early in the morning and working really late into the night to get everything done. Well, that's all very laudable from a corporate point of view. But these guys, at the end of week 5 or whatever it is of lockdown, are close to burnout. And at that stage, they're serving nobody. They're not serving their company, they're not serving their kids, and they're not serving themselves. And they're not going to be able to sustain it. So again, look at what has to be done. Look at what the nice to haves are, and look at what can be delegated. Now, when you look at what can be delegated, this is not just for working parents, okay? This is for all of us. Are your kids of an age where they can make lunch not just for themselves, but also for you? Can they start to put the washing on? Are there things that they can learn at this time about household chores and responsibilities? Teach them independence and resilience. Get them to muck in, because whatever else is going on, we all need as much help as we can during this time. If you are a single parent, this goes even more so for you. So please don't feel bad about the fact that your kids have to dig in a little bit more than your friends who have the ability to be there full on and full time. You are teaching them resilience, you are teaching them independence. All of these skills are great. Build your own virtual support network. Talk to grandparents about Zoom time, aunts, uncles, extended families. Use all those resources that are out there. I cannot think of anything better than David Attenborough teaching me geography, never mind anybody else. Stick them in front of a screen. Let them learn that way. Just use what's out there. It may take a little bit of research and a little bit of time, but an hour spent now is going to save you an awful lot of time and your sanity going forward. And finally, build in some downtime for yourself as well as everybody else. Set some boundaries. Whether that's boundaries around your work, I'm working right now, I work until this time. Use a visual timer if you need to. A piece of paper with a red asterisk on it says, no, you can't talk to me unless you're dying. Green is okay, or if it's not there, it's okay. But similarly, build in some boundaries for yourself. Get out and go for a walk on your own if you can. Lock the door and have your bath. Watch your favourite blockbusters on Netflix or whatever works for you. But make sure you have the space that you need as well, because if you're not feeling good, if you're not operating at a decent level, then you can guarantee that your children will see that and they will pick up on your stress, they will pick up on your anxiety, and everything will start to spiral. So hopefully this has been helpful. If you put all of these things in place, they're very simple. They may cause a little bit of discomfort at the first place while it's happening, but get through those and you are just going to be able to have a far more positive experience of this time. So until next time, as always, be well, be safe, and be kind.